Right, we're going to start our session reviewing take-home test number 3, prepare for third on-campus exam. Just to remind everyone that I'm recording this session and a copy of this will be available for everyone to view online later. So if you're all okay with this, please put a check mark in front of your name so we can get started. Right. Okay, first question. Find the values for which f of x is undefined. Okay, we have some students online. As usual, if you know how to do these problems, put a check mark in front of your name. If you are not sure, just put the X in front of your name so I don't ask you the question. This is a problem that we did in previous session. Martha, you want to tell me what would be your first step?
X minus 5, x plus 5 equal to 0.
Okay, very good. So to see for what value of x this is undefined, we want to make sure this whole thing here, x squared minus 25, is not equal to 0, because if you have anything over 0, then it will be undefined. So we're going to solve x squared minus 25 this way, and we write it as x squared minus 25 cannot be equal to 0. And then we need to factor this, just like we're solving this for x. And this is the difference of square. So we get x minus 5 times x plus 5. So we write x minus 5 cannot be equal to 0, or x plus 5 cannot be equal to 0, so x cannot be equal to 5, x cannot be equal to negative 5. So these are the two restrictions that we have for x. We cannot assign x to be any of these numbers. We don't worry about what we have at the top of the fraction, because we could have 0 at the top of the fraction. 0 over anything is 0. So we just look at the bottom of the fraction, and we want to make sure that we don't assign any numbers at the bottom of the fraction to cause this whole thing becomes undefined. So can I see a check mark in front of your name for those of you logged in live online? So I want to make sure that you follow this. Let me give you another example very quickly. If f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 1. Ryan, can you tell me for what value of x this expression would be undefined now?
Repeat that one more time, sorry.
Yeah, the question is for what value of x, in this example right here, this whole thing would be undefined. What is it that we cannot assign for x? This is a different example.
X minus 1 is not equal to 0.
Okay, you said x cannot be equal to 0. Well, if x is equal to 0, because 0 minus 1 is equal to negative 1, that's okay. I just want to make sure if you understand the concept. So here, we said x squared minus 25 cannot be equal to 0. This whole thing cannot be equal to 0, and we solved for x. And we said, okay, these are the values that we cannot have for x. I'm switching the problem to different problem. F of x, if f of x equal to 1 over x minus 1, can you tell me what would be the first step here then, Brian?
Factor out x minus 1? Or, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, What you need to do is you want to make sure that this whole thing at the bottom of the fraction here cannot be equal to 0. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, that's what I said the first.
Right. So x cannot be equal to 1 then, right? I think that's what you said. I didn't get you earlier. Okay. So x cannot be equal to 1. So I see more students are logging in. Let me change this to another example quickly. If f of x is equal to 1 over x, for what value of x this is undefined. I see a few students logged in. See if we got the microphone. Amelia, do you have a microphone tonight? No? Okay, so you just have to type. So why don't you type for me for what value of x this is undefined. How about you, Danielle? You have a mic tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me for what value of x this third example would be undefined?
I think it will just be 0.
Right, x cannot be equal to 0 in this case, exactly. So you look at the bottom of the fraction and you want to make sure that this whole thing at the bottom of the fraction is not equal to 0, and then you solve for x. Okay.